4 sniper rifle rounds to take out 1 plaga? Are you kidding me? That doesn't make any sense!
Hang on! I've got you! There you go.
Leave me alone!
Next.
Stop! Leon!
Hang in there. They keep coming.
And even when you are going out of your way to eliminate the first initial enemies that spawn on her section at the very start, they still keep coming. It doesn't matter what you do. They just put way too many enemies in this sequence, and I don't understand why. And then it's complemented by a really dumb AI system with Ashley, who just stands there and let the enemies grab her. So this is a fine example of why Ashley gets in the way a lot in this maze sequence, and it only complements other poor designs with the enemies.
Ashley! Look away!
Why didn't she get stunned by the flash grenade? Ashley, go! Look at this. Even when flashed, she doesn't even try to go for the switch.
Hang on! I've got you!
Go for the switch, you dumb idiot!
Sorry.
Go! God, why is she so retarded? Whatever.
Leave me alone! Please, stop!
Look away!
Let me go!
Oh my god, Ashley.
Hang on! I've got you!
Nothing works! She's still crouched right there! When the enemies are just stunned around her! Ashley's the stupidest AI system I have ever seen in a game, by far.
Help me! Help!
Really? That's going to obstruct the scope? Ashley, where the hell are you going? Ashley, where are you going? Why is she running back? She's supposed to be running towards me! What the hell are you doing? You stupid fucking excuse for an AI system! Wow, look at that, Ashley. Look at that. She threw the lantern at an enemy that was dead. Are you kidding me? This is why I don't understand why there's no way to manually control Ashley by like aiming your weapon and pressing X to designate to Ashley where to throw it. Because you get situations like this where her AI screws up again and she prioritizes a dead enemy, so you end up wasting the lantern. It's so retarded. So this is a great example of just how overly confused and sensitive the game can be when it's restricting your ability to board up the windows, because this guy wasn't even going through the windows, and I stunned him, and yet it was still restricting me. And in that time, trying to fight bad detection, I got surrounded by enemies, and they just got the drop on me. Really stupid that poor designs were a factor just then. Watch this stupidity right here. This enemy sprints into me because he's focused on Lewis, and he stuns me in the process, because that's somehow a good design choice, to have enemies sprint into you and just stun you when they already have a dedicated push animation. They have other attacks. And when this kind of design is complementing very confused AI mentalities or very awkward behavior on their part, you get these really broken moments like this. It's so dumb. You are kidding me. If you're gonna give a stealth status to the chainsaw enemy, give me the option to stealth kill them. What the hell is this bullshit? She doesn't know where I am. She clearly has a stealth status that's very different to a combat status, and I can't stealth kill her. I can stealth kill brutes, yet I can't stealth kill chainsaw enemies for some reason. And it's very strange because in chapter 11, you can actually initiate a stealth kill animation against one of the chainsaw guys, but for some reason it doesn't kill the chainsaw man, yet it drains your durability. Or no, I don't think it actually drains your durability, you just don't get the stealth kill registered for some bizarre reason. What a stupid mechanic. Just imagine how less tedious this entire stupid section would be if you could actually stealth kill these enemies, but they don't let you do that for some bizarre reason. Here's some poor detection on the frontal sneak attack animation. This right here is very annoying because sometimes these pitchfork enemies can choose to do their long-range attack at close range. I don't understand why. You gotta love how inconsistent the stun systems are with the enemies and just how ridiculous the enemy HP is. Because even though I damage them with a grenade, they're still gonna be able to take a few more extra hits somehow, and then the stun systems are so wildly inconsistent that these enemies are going to be able to run through my shots and just get that grab in, because that's somehow well designed for a fast-paced game where every quick decision matters, and just seeing that and just how outdated the flinch animations look and how much the enemies are able to cheese you with really artificial means, it's really bad. Watch this guy use his attack animation to bypass the shotgun stun. Watch how bad Ashley's AI is in this pre-alpha. She's just lagging behind, and she's not catching up to me, and unfortunately, she's going to get grabbed in a moment. So dumb. Whenever brutes mantle through windows, for some reason they get invulnerability to grenades and flash grenades. This right here was pretty dumb. Leon goes into the reload animation for reloading the shotgun, but for some reason, he refuses to stop loading the shotgun to actually attack nearby enemies. So you are forced to sit through that reload animation before you're allowed to attack. And you'll even notice that I tried to swap weapons to cancel the animation, and for some reason, he would not cancel the reload animation. In every other game I've played, there's always been a dedicated way to stop reload animations with the shotgun. Why doesn't this pre-alpha have that? That doesn't make sense. Here's some crappy knife detection. I tried to knife this guy in the legs, but for some reason Leon prioritized the arms. That's just some really ambiguous detection with the knife. It happens constantly in this pre-alpha. Here's another instance of Ashley being totally dense because for some reason, rather than follow me, she instead just stands there and the enemies are able to grab her. Look at how quickly the enemies are able to route corners and just immediately grab you if they go into the sprint animation. This right here was a very unlucky moment with the enemy strafing and their push mechanic.
I'm okay.
Look at this bullshit. It's like not only is Ashley so slow to catch up to you, like she always is, but then she just stands there after you rescue her. And I know she was stunned by that guy, but come on, she can't move at the same time. I don't understand that. And then you have all these enemies crowding around her. They keep on grabbing her. They're just standing around. Like, this is so terrible. Once again, Ashley's AI screws me. I mean, why was she just like going stop, start like that, and that allowed an enemy to grab her, and then conveniently the Red Zealot initiated his fantasy sonic pulse to stun me, to prevent me from shooting that guy who was grabbing onto Ashley, and then all the other enemies just grab onto me and start spamming grab like they always do. This is such a badly put together section. It really is.
Here you go.
Watch out!
Shit.
Let me go! Leon!
Shit.
Leon, watch out!
Next. Ah, Jesus. My head.
Out of the way.
Watch out!
What?
Sorry. Must have slipped.
I don't understand why they think that's a good idea to make Ashley just stand still whenever that guy uses his staff. And then there are periods where she's back in your control, but then other times she just goes back to being under that guy's influence, and it doesn't make any sense. And then you have all these enemies coming, and then with their bizarre flinch animations where they don't flinch whatsoever when you're hitting them, when they're grabbing onto Ashley, because they didn't favor common sense whatsoever. They just made the gameplay so awkward in this part. It's so prone to bullshit. This is so badly designed. Even with that skip with the grenade, where you just hit that guy on the switch, it still doesn't change how bad the sequence is.
Out of the way.
What's happening?
Present for you. Ashley!
Help me! Leon! No! Help!
Ah, Jesus. What the hell is happening? Shit! You're serious?
So this right here was a very weird issue. So I knocked that parasite out of bounds, but it actually respawns. It's going to respawn back in the playable area and then attack me. Look at that nonsense. And it's going to happen again in a moment. Wow, you see that bullshit right there? I'm sure you saw it the previous times. But I know that Plagatep C fell off the arena, and now the game just decided to bring him back into existence, and so that's how he was able to catch me from behind. That is so broken. That's really broken. Watch Krauser ignore the stun that's supposed to be generated when you dodge his kick and then shoot him or deflect him. Leon breaks his knife, and this unfortunately causes him to inspect his knife and completely stop his movement. That is some Resident Evil 2 remake garbage right there. This is ridiculous. How many arbitrary spawns are in this one sequence? There's a bunch of enemies spawning out of the blue when you reach certain thresholds of the area. There's at least 2 of them so far in this one stupid sequence. I lured all the enemies down below, and then out of nowhere, a bunch of other enemies spawned out of the blue from nowhere. This is so outdated. And it's just something that you're expecting from an amateur development team, not from a AAA development team like New Capcom. This is just so unfulfilling for player progress. This is like punishing the player for progressing through the section properly, or through whatever means I'm doing, where I'm trying to use stealth, because of how bizarre the programming is for this entire stupid sequence, so that I can save enough ammo for Sadler. And then this spawn has to occur, because it's just lazy development right there. This is lazy game design at its finest. This is from like the 2000s era with the old Call of Duty games. And their whole idea of arbitrary spawns. This is just really bad game design right here. Look at the amount of shots this guy is able to take, and he still will not go into a flinch animation. Did he just hit me through the geometry? You saw it right there, guys. He hit me through the geometry. Whoa. What? I didn't even press circle. How did I crouch just then? He just waited for me to reload before he decided to attack. How courteous of him. Hello? I did not press X. I wasn't even sprinting. Why did he drop down? This auto mantle system is jacked. Like, I don't know why you don't have the option to turn off the auto mantle system. If it's gonna be this clunky, if it's gonna just act on its own accord without your input. It's so pathetic. It's a really bad mechanic. It has no reason to exist in this game. / pre-alpha. What? How did he shoot me through the geometry? Look at him just trying to grab me when he's on fire. The downgrades in quality. Resident Evil 4. When enemies were set on fire, they would actually go into a genuine flail animation and be unable to attack, and then they would just fall to the ground. Like, they were literally, like, on fire, and the reactions felt genuine. Resident Evil 5 was the same case. This guy, he's on fire, and he's somehow ignoring the fire all of a sudden, and he's going out of his way to grab me. And similar moments in my blind playthrough are also the case. Like, for instance, in part 3 of my blind playthrough, where I showcase just how badly animated the Molotov animation was, where the enemies would get set on fire after you shoot their Molotov, and they would just be ignoring the fact that they're on fire, and just pay more attention to their hand or their arm, and just completely ignore the fire. That is such a downgrade. How can they call themselves a AAA development team if they can't even animate something as simple as a flail animation when you're on fire? Unbelievable. And of course he's still alive. Of course he's still alive after that, because there's no logic to it whatsoever. Seriously? I was in a stealth status. Why did he do a combat execution? My HUD wasn't even on. It only goes on when you're in a stealth status, when you're very close behind an enemy. And yet for some reason it's classed as a combat execution that drains more durability. That's so badly programmed. Look at that bullshit. 2 shots with the reticle directly on him, and they somehow missed. What the fuck is this bullshit? 4 times in a row! My reticle was on him, and my bullet missed for no reason. Look at him. How did he know? The guy omnisciently knew where I was, even though I was nowhere near where I triggered that sound of firing my gun. I was even walking after that point. He shouldn't be able to hear me.